Hey everybody, welcome to my first episode of my vlogging series. I figured today to start the vlog off I'd begin where my journey in life really began, over at Sacred Heart School. And I just got some news recently that sadly Sacred Heart School has been scheduled for demolition by the school board. So I'm rather disappointed in that. I don't know, just to give a summary of some of the things that happened. From what I heard is the school had been rented out on various different projects. One was they rented it out to the police department, and they were doing SWAT team training here for a while. So it was kind of neat when I was bringing my uncle to his handicap school in the one portable at the back. I got to see the cops doing the rappelling down the school. It was quite interesting. Maybe I'll see if I can get a view of the sign. Maybe I'll have to cross the street to do it. Now, for a while I've been following what the school was doing, and I heard that they were planning on renting it out to another party so they could be used again for something. But yeah, can't even make it out. Let's see if you can see the sign of the school. Yeah, so there's what the school looks like. You can't really make out the sign because those trees grew in front. And I'll try to see where I'm going while I cross the street. I don't know if you can make it out up there. Yeah, up there somewhere it says Sacred Heart School. So I figured for today's vlogging adventure, what I'll do is I'll just give a quick look at the perimeter and film as much as the school from the outside as I can. I haven't been able to get a hold of anyone to film anything inside the school, which would be kind of nice before they tear it down. So if anyone's watching this and still has connections at the church or at the school, if they could maybe let me know in the video chat, and we'll see. It's like, maybe what we can do is get a hold of someone and get some video made at the school just for memento's sake of what it looks like on the inside. Because man, it's been so many years that I've been here that really I only vaguely remember the gym and some of the other classrooms, but most of it's a blur. Alright, so I'll come around first the front of the school. Now this here would be the door that they used for exiting the school for quite a few years. Oh, and here we have the sign that says how old the school is. Where is it? Yeah, so it says, let's see. So I'm gonna have to stand closer in front. It's my first vlogging series and getting used to this camera. Yeah, so it says 1912, after death. Yeah, so this is a pretty old school when you think about it. It's kind of a shame that it never got declared a heritage site. Out of all the buildings in the city, I guess this one has the most memories for me, but maybe for other people not so much if they really never attended this school. So that's probably why it got scheduled for demolition. Oh, another thing they were saying is that when they boarded up the school, that some people in the neighborhood were complaining that it was like a really bad eyesore. And I think they had to board it up because the crime has gotten off the hook in these neighborhoods. I don't know if anyone hasn't been in the old neighborhood. It's like heroin addicts and graffiti and fine needles everywhere. It's kind of really gone downhill over the years. And they're putting in more affordable housing in the area too. So I'm assuming that sadly it's only going to keep going downhill from here. Well, we'll check this out. Yeah, you might be able to see here, they had surveillance monitoring the entire property. So it won't be cutting through this way. I'll have to go around the other way around the school. And now just checking in the basement windows. See if I can see anything inside. Oh yeah, it looks like it's completely empty inside. So the lighting is obviously going to be bad in there, so you guys can't see it, but yeah, I can see what they say, that the school probably would have needed a lot of work to get it fixed up to be usable again. Now, if anyone's been wondering what's been up with me, after I graduated from Sacred Heart, I ended up switching to KCI. It was funny, me and Jamie Zepeda ended up in some of the same classes. Now, he was a good guy. He was one of the only friends that I still had from Sacred Heart to hang out with, but really, we didn't really hang out too much other than just in class. No, Jamie was a good guy. He was telling me that I shouldn't be hanging around with the rough crowds. But what happened to me is I had a bad back injury after I graduated. And then I started using cannabis a lot for pain relief. I was lucky. I was one of the first people, I guess, that I knew that a doctor recommended using cannabis for pain relief instead of piling up on the painkillers. And then when I went to KCI, I ended up hanging out with quite a few people that were also using cannabis. So it was a pretty wild crowd that I was hanging out with. So I could see why Jamie was advising me to maybe try to clean up my act a bit. Some days I kind of wish I listened to him. No, it's not all doom and gloom though. I had a lot of good parties, made a lot of good friends. There's the staircase. I don't know if anyone ever used that staircase or not. I think when I was a student here, I don't remember ever using that staircase, right? Yeah, here's the side entrance of the school. When it wasn't boarded up, you could still see the principal's office. I think I was in there a few times. Now, over the years, the school managed to change the parking lot quite a bit. Oh, here you can probably see it. I'll show you guys what I found here. This whole area is like covered in broken glass and a lot of garbage. It's really a shame. This was like such a nice area for a while, right? But I'm sure a lot of places in the city have seen economic hardship these days, especially with the lockdown destroying everything. So man, yeah, I'll show you some of the school windows. Looks like even the top floor ones are busted out. Now, if you're a part of Mr. Chadwick's class at all, you might remember that we did some renovations here on the lot. We planted some trees with our class. I don't know if these are still the same trees we planted. They might be. If anyone remembers what kind of trees we were planted, or maybe if they got replaced, you could put it in the chat. Alright, so let's take a look at more of the foundation of the school. See what they were talking about, how it needed bad repairs. Yeah, you can see here, holy cow. Yeah, there's spots where like the foundation, maybe it's just the parging is separated. Yeah, here's a pair of boots. Here's some broken glass. Here's some toys. I guess I shouldn't be kneeling in the broken glass. No, I'm not exactly the sharpest tool in the shed these days. Now, not to say that it's just getting older, but I had a pretty bad concussion a few years ago. I guess it's almost 3 years now. So my memory is basically shot. Short-term memory anyways. Now let's take a look at here. This was one of my favorite spots that we used to always play. Now I was thinking, I was just talking to, who is it, Paul Bastos in the chat on Facebook a few days ago. We used to play with him here. We would play this foot soccer type game. And actually what I did is I brought a ball with me, and I'll go and play some of the sports that we used to play here just for a good old time's sake. Now I remember what we used to do is when we were kids, we would use this section here as like a goalpost area, and we used a good old tennis ball, and then that's what we would play. See if I got it here. Yeah, so this is what we would do is we'd play soccer with the tennis ball in front of the store. And let's see. Yeah, right now for a while I guess it was some sort of arts learning center. I remember when I won an art contest. It's funny because I never won anything for art ever again, or even worked on art in school. But yeah, one of my artworks ended up being taken to that office, so I got to go in there and talk to the people. I think they used to do music classes. Who was it? Me and Tim Wilson. I think we took drumming classes there in like grade 1 or something. Yeah, so I guess maybe I'll show some of the windows of the classrooms, see if anyone can remember. I think the very first one over on that side was, what was it, kindergarten? Then the next one would have been, I can't remember, was it kindergarten again, and it was like a divider wall for junior and senior kindergarten? Could be wrong about that, if anyone wants to put it in the chat. And then I think the next window there, where everything is smashed up, that one was Mrs. Miron's class for grade 1, I believe. Could be wrong about that. Anyone wants to correct me? Well, hey, I won't keep saying I could be wrong. I could be wrong about everything, so if anyone wants to correct in the chat, please go right ahead. Right, and then this was our recess store. I don't know if anyone remembers, but it's like back when it was recess time and all the kids got called in from that big bell that rang or whatever, we all had to run in this door. Yeah, so this was the good old recess door. And then from what I remember, there was a staircase that went up, and then across it was the library. And then if you turn left, maybe that was Mrs. Miron's class, or maybe the grade 2 class. Kind of hazy on that. Yeah, so that was pretty wild. Oh yeah, and then if you went downstairs and then hung a right, eventually you came to, what was it, the French classroom. And I was just trying to remember too, how many classes were actually downstairs? As far as I remember, there was only one, right? Like the French class. Oh yeah, and then this was a little hallway that you could go in, and this is where the gym was. This room here was like a storage place. I can't remember the janitor's name. He was a really cool guy. Drove a nice car too. If anyone remembers the janitor's name, if you want to put it in, that'd be great. It's like, I remember he was like always helping us with stuff as kids, and yeah, he was a good guy. So yeah, and then this was the doors to the gym. You can see everything is just like giant piles of trash everywhere. I have to be careful while I step because there'll be fucking heroin needles everywhere. It's pretty sad state that this neighborhood has turned into. It's not all bad. I shouldn't be bashing on the old neighborhood, but yeah, definitely compared to when we were kids, you didn't see giant piles of fucking trash and needles everywhere. It's a little bit sad, to say the least. But I want to try to keep my vlogging series on a positive note, so I'll try to cover some of the good things. This here is where we used to have, what was it, the outdoor water fountain. So if anyone remembers that, they have it boarded up, and I think they usually always closed it too. And they used to have some basketball nets, I think 1 or 2. Yeah, you can almost see still the old marks from where we used to play basketball. But I don't know what happened. It looks like they put in a whole bunch of sidewalks here that never used to be here. So you really couldn't play basketball here anymore. Oh yeah, and there was another thing too. Remember, who is it? Jerry Loker and Paul Santos, I think, were into the skateboarding. Isn't it funny, on Sacred Heart School, they put up no skateboarding signs. I'll have to spin the camera to see it. Alright, next thing I'll do is check out the place that I enjoyed the most out of the entire school. Was this side wall of the gym. I don't know if anyone remembers playing at this part of the schoolyard, but what we used to always play was a game called Red Ass. It's kind of a funny name, right? Now, the reason we called it Red Ass, and I got a little confession to make to you guys, is how the rules of the game worked, is you had to take a tennis ball and you had to whip it as hard as you could at this wall. Either you tried to aim for the brick, but sometimes people would hit the siding. And then once the ball bounced off the wall, you had to try to catch it. And if you could catch the ball, what it was if you dropped it trying to catch it and did an error, you had to run as fast as you could and touch the brick wall and leave the ball where it was. And if anyone wanted to get you out, what they had to do was run to where you had dropped the ball and then whip it at the wall. And if they could hit the wall with the ball before you ran and touched it, then you would get a letter, sort of like playing horse in basketball. And then as you kept playing, if you kept getting more and more letters, if you equaled up to Red Ass to spell out like R-E-D-A-S-S, yeah, I can still spell. Well, to a certain degree. I can never really spell. But yeah, so that was the game. And I was thinking, geez, one confession I should make to you guys in this video is I felt bad over the years is that a lot of the different students, when they got close to Red Ass, they would just keep playing the game. But I was always a chicken in school. It's like, I don't know why, but for some reason I could never handle bullying. So I was like, man, like when Red Ass, as soon as I got close to like R-E-D-A, usually around A, I would be like, oh, sorry guys, my mom's calling, or oh, I think I just heard the teacher, and I would always go inside. So I'd just like to say sorry to everyone in the school for being such a chicken like that. That was kind of lame. I know a lot of the other guys in the class were really brave. Like, who was it? Chris Voisin, Jeff Roussel, Robin Zabusco. All the other guys, when they came close to getting Red Ass, they didn't chicken out. So yeah, when you lost the game, you had to stand on the wall with your ass pointing out. And then everyone who else was playing the game, I can't remember how many shots we got. Maybe it was 3 each. But we got to whip it at the person as like a punishment for getting Red Ass. And you'd always try to hit him in the ass with the ball. Hence the name. No, I think, who was it? Ivan was playing this the 1 year with us. Maybe I'll show you guys. Here's the school gym door. No, I was thinking, every day I watch the Toronto Raptors play. Usually the night before, I'll have a dream that I'm playing basketball in this gym again. So God, what I wouldn't like to do just to go in there and shoot one more hoop, eh? Man, that'd be sweet. Now, sorry if my voice breaks up a little bit, but man, just going through all the memories of here, it kind of makes me choke up. Alright, so well, the other thing I was going to mention, do you guys ever remember the worst accident that ever happened at the school playing Red Ass? You could see that the roof of the gym wasn't really very high, so occasionally we'd throw the ball on the roof, and Ivan, I think his last name was Doucette, yeah, he was a really good guy at climbing stuff, so he would climb up onto the roof on this part of the gym and get the balls for us. And then one day, a horrible accident happened. I can't remember the details. Maybe Ivan wants to put in the chat if he sees the video. But I think he got distracted when he was throwing the ball down off the roof, and he slipped and fell off the roof, and he landed on his arm and broke it in half. Oh God, that was like one of the worst accidents I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I'd just like to say sorry to Ivan. I think a lot of the other kids did it too, but when he got hurt bad like that, we just all ran away, or at least I did. It's like we really should have tried to help him, but really the teacher came out, like the person monitoring recess, and helped him right away. So I think luckily he managed to recover from that injury after a few months. His arm healed, or maybe years. Maybe he wants to put in the comments, is his arm still bugging from that? I bet, because man, that was a horrible break. No, I felt bad for the guy, like, man, geez, that's the worst accident I think I've ever seen. So yeah, and other things that they had was the school would connect to different board offices, or I think there was a building where the priests used to live, but it looks all boarded up now too. I don't know what's going on with Sacred Heart Church in the lockdown. I usually only go to the occasional like Christmas Eve Mass. I haven't even done that in years, so I don't know if anyone wants to put, is the church still active? Maybe we could ask the church if they would help us hold one last reunion here before they tear the school down. I don't know, maybe they're planning on tearing that building down too. Alright, so I guess maybe I'll go from here and go around the front of the school because everything else is still boarded up. Or no, let's maybe check out the playground. If anyone wants to see a little bit of the playground. Oh yeah, I remember too, when I was looking at the Facebook chat about people explaining how sad they were that Sacred Heart was being torn down. There were some of the really old students, I don't want to make fun of your age, but older than us. And they were saying that when they went here, nuns and everything used to live in these buildings, and they would help teach the students as well. So that'd be kind of neat if anyone wants to share their experience of what it was like getting taught by nuns. That'd be pretty wild. Yeah, so here's where we used to play baseball. This was like our big baseball thing. And they used to have an extra fence, but they took the fence away. So yeah, I don't think you could play baseball here anymore if you're planning on bringing your kids. Yeah, and if you notice too, they took out a lot of the extra fences from the parking lot. So instead of the parking lot having two fences, like one and then the cemetery fence, now it's just the cemetery fence. And I don't remember whenever we were playing baseball here, I think I seen quite a few bad accidents too. Didn't Manny Santos get hit with the bat once really bad? Or who else was it? Oh yeah, wasn't it Justin or Chunk? He was always one of the best players in baseball in our school. And not only could he hit the ball over the first fence, but he was so good at baseball that he could hit it right into the cemetery. So it's a shame. I wonder, did Justin ever go on to play baseball as he got older? That'd be really cool, huh? Man, he had some power. Yeah, and then here was the fence that separated the schoolyard from the other houses. You can see even the fence is starting to decay pretty bad. It's like it's bent and out of shape in a lot of spots. Pretty run down. Now I think you guys have heard me mention it before in the video. Is this portable here at the back of the school? It's now called the Whale Center. And that's actually where my uncle, he has Down syndrome, and he was going to classes there for quite a while. But he hasn't been back since the lockdown. His health took a bad decline. We're trying to get him more into using wheelchairs to get around and stuff, but it's not going so well. He fights a lot of it because he's got the dementia problems going too. But so yeah, that's basically what I've been doing over the past while. Just helping to look after my uncle full time. He can't really eat on his own, dress himself, or use the washroom, so he's a full-time job. It's actually me and my mom are both helping to look after him. So yeah, that's just a look at the portable. If you guys are wondering what happened to the portable at the back of the school, maybe people that were here earlier years, they didn't even have the portable then. Yeah, so I still occasionally talk to the people that work in that building, and that's why I've been around Sacred Heart so much over the years. It's kind of funny, I know a lot of people moved on in their life and moved to different cities and bigger and better things, but really I've just been here the whole time. Well, I did go on to do different factory jobs, but my back injury actually made it pretty difficult to keep a steady job for very long. No, so over the years I started working for my brother doing some landscaping, and that's how I ended up getting the concussion. Right now I'm looking after my uncle and hopefully going to get my life back together, maybe with doing some YouTube videos. I figured I'd always been moderately successful at stuff I try in life. So I figure, hey, why not give YouTubing a little bit more of an effort and see if maybe this can be my big turnaround point. Better late than never, eh? Alright, so next what I'll do is maybe set the camera down and just give you guys a little bit of some red ass action. Yeah, so there you go, guys. There's a little bit of the red ass game that we used to play here at the gym, or outside of the gym. Alright, even though I'm a little bit out of breath, figure I'll wrap up the show now. Thanks everyone for watching this vlog, my very first vlog in a series. hopefully a long series, and we'll get some moderate success. If anyone wants to help out my channel, if they like this Sacred Heart video, they can give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm still a pretty new YouTube channel. I only got about 800 subscribers from doing video game content, some of the ancient mystery stuff that I've been researching over the years. I'm probably going to do some more videos where I travel up north. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep doing video series about different locations in Kitchener. Maybe other historical sites and such. And yeah, if anyone wants to help out the channel, I've got some links at the end that I'll share with everyone. Now, and I'd like to know in the chat too, what did you guys think about the Sacred Heart video? Do you think it's kind of a shame that the school's getting torn down? Do you think it's worth saving? Yeah, and if anyone has any way that they could help out, maybe we could find out if there's a way to hold one last reunion at the school. Kind of doubt that just from the bad shape it's in. Well, if it comes down to needing volunteers to help get the project rolling, you can just put it in the chat below and I'll do everything that I can to help. Yeah, so that was the video of Sacred Heart. Yeah, we'll just get another look at it from across the street. Yeah, I hope everyone else is doing well. I haven't really spoken to a lot of people since leaving to go to school at KCI. Hope everyone had a great school trip and or experience at St. Mary's. I know I did get a hold of a few other people. Yeah, so I can't name everyone's name in the chat. Definitely too many people, and I can't even remember half the names these days. So yeah, big shout out to everyone who's helping out the channel. Really appreciate it. And we'll end here with just one last look at Sacred Heart School. And hopefully, maybe it can be saved from demolition, or maybe it can't. So who knows? Only time will tell, right? Take care, everyone. Hope you have a good day. For watching the Sacred Heart video, everyone. If you want to help out with any of my affiliate links, I got a link below in the more information button for Patreon. You can join the other patrons. Society 6 is where I sell some of my merchandise. My saying right now is finishing quick is my specialty, and it also comes on bed sheets, which are very popular with the ladies. Swagbucks is where you can get discount codes online, percentage off, and it helps you find the discount codes. GameKit is where you can get paid to be a gamer. Hideout TV is where you can get paid to watch videos like YouTube, except they give a portion not only of the ad revenue to the creator, but also the viewers. And you can also sign up for Bitcoin, and I got a Bitcoin lottery spin you can do to help the show. I'll show you that right now. Yeah, so here we have the free Bitcoin casino. This is a great way that you can help your own shows and websites generate revenue too. So if you want to sign up for that, make sure you follow the link below. But in the meantime, what you can also do here is up here you can hit free Bitcoin and you get a free spin every hour. Let's do a spin right now. I'm at 37,115 Satoshi. Satoshi's like the mini Bitcoins, the pennies. If you get enough of them all the way to equal 1, then it'll equal 1 Bitcoin. So let's give it a roll. Woohoo! Now we're at 37,132 Satoshi. Alright, thanks everyone who wants to help with that. And if you're wondering what you can do with your Satoshi in the meantime, they got casino games where you can bet it. They've got actual betting on sports, stock markets, even the presidential election. I'm thinking of placing a bid on that one. And Earn Bitcoin is an annual interest rate of 4% interest on your balance as long as you have over 30,000 Satoshi. So you can see I'm collecting a little bit of interest on that. And they have the lottery. Each time you do the spin, you get free tickets for the lottery. And if you want to buy more tickets, you can do that and deposit your own money. But I've seen people win it with only 100 or 200 tickets. So even if you only have a few tickets, you still have a chance. And they have contests where you can win other stuff. And you can see right here, I've already up to 45 people helping out the show. So I appreciate everyone who's been helping with the free spins every hour. Feels like I got an army of people helping me, and I appreciate every one of you guys. Alright, so let's get back to the affiliate links. Yeah, so that's the Bitcoin Casino, and I also got the virtual maid sex machine. It's for adults and men only, but if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. I'm just kidding. Alright. Yeah, so thanks again for watching my Sacred Heart video, and if you guys want me to make more future blogs at different locations around Kitchener or Waterloo, just put them in the comments below. Probably not going to do any vlogging series on far off destinations until the lockdown's over, so hopefully that's any day now. Yeah, and stay safe everyone. Hope everyone listens to the authorities for the time being. We got to follow these rules, and hopefully everything will be resolved shortly. Alright, take care everyone. See you later. Bye for now. Here's a subscribe link, a playlist, and a video that YouTube will think you like best. I'll probably link Bitcoin.